Tea leaves and new beginnings asterisk asterisk. In the heart of a quaint little district in the Pacific Northwest, renowned for its artisanal shops and quirky cafes, there exists a rustic tea house called Serene Sips. It's owned by Mia, a light-hearted Japanese woman who has mastered the art of creating warm atmospheres and even warmer teas. Today, nestled in a corner booth, I watch as she serves a group of expectant customers, a soft smile gracing her lips. Meanwhile, my best friend Gabriel Castillo, a Colombian artist with a passion for all things quirky, animatedly describes a project he's working on about rare birds. Though I've always been fascinated by Gabriel's world, lately my thoughts hitch somewhere else entirely. It's hard to focus on his ramblings about a fictional blue-feathered finch when I catch the flicker of the silver band around my finger, Emily's ring. A faint laugh bubbles out of me as I twist it around, the cool metal contrasting with my warming palm wrapped around my tea. Seems so simple, yet it feels heavier than it looks. I've spent hours contemplating the significance of this ring, this symbol of a commitment that binds me to Emily Palmer, my stunning and spirited fiancée. Evelyn? Are you even listening? Gabriel leans across the table, sharp dark eyes searching mine, clearly concerned. Huh? Oh, sorry. Just thinking. I take a deep breath, letting the comforting scent of jasmine and green tea wash over me. Tell me something, he says with a teasing lilt. Is it the tea making you daydream, or is it that ring? I chuckle nervously, trying to drown out the thoughts swirling around in my mind. As Gabriel dives back into his elaborate storytelling about the finch's imagined adventures, I find my thoughts wandering back to Emily. While I'm lost in daydreams about traveling the world together, Gabriel's voice shatters my reverie. Have you ever thought about doing something different? Maybe an art class or, I don't know, maybe working here? Mia is always looking for extra hands. I don't know. I hesitate, swirling my teacup again for the warmth. It feels like too much. I mean, I'm planning a wedding soon. Exactly. It might be fun. A little taste of independence before you jump into married life. Gabriel's bright eyes twinkle with mischief as if concocting a plan I can't escape from. For a brief moment, I imagine myself behind the counter here, learning the intricacies of tea blending or folding Japanese origami. It's a tantalizing idea. My heart races. Yet the mere thought of stepping away from my carefully structured life feels risky. It feels like a leap, not knowing what might catch me when I land. Evelyn. Gabriel's voice jolts me again. You look distant. What's truly keeping you up at night? Nothing. Just wedding planning, I guess. I force a smile, but deep down, the excitement of planning the rest of my life with Emily feels daunting. This ring was meant to symbolize forever. But am I truly ready for that? Gabriel offers me an origami crane he's been fiddling with all along. A piece of brown paper transformed into a delicate bird. Here. A good luck charm. You can decide what to do with your life when the moment comes. As I take the crane into my hands, I can't help but note how it contrasts with the ring. A symbol of freedom versus a symbol of commitment. Thanks, Gabriel, I reply softly. And what if I decide that wedding isn't what I want right now? The world seems to pause. I can tell he hasn't expected that question. Then you take a step back. Or you sit with it. Assess if it still fits who you are. A knowing look crosses his face and he shrugs. You know, I'm not here to tell you what to do. Just think about it, okay? I nod, feeling the weight of his words settle on my shoulders like a blanket of warmth. After finishing my tea, I pocket the origami crane, clutching onto it as if it might lead me to clarity. As the sun dips below the horizon, the lights inside the tea house cocoon me in golden light. My phone buzzes in my pocket, the familiar ping bringing a flutter of excitement. I unlock my phone, and a text from Emily appears, filling me with mixed anticipation and anxiety. Got off work early. Can't wait to see you. Dinner? My treat. I have to go, I tell Gabriel, glancing at the clock and feeling the gentle pressure of choice tug at me. I need to talk to Emily. Good luck, he encourages, giving me a thumbs up and a fleeting wink. You've got this, Eve. I leave the tea house, the fading warmth lingering in my heart, but also that sense of freedom that comes from knowing what I want. Once outside, a flurry of thoughts bursts through my mind. Could I really take charge of my own path? What if I actually wanted to explore this inkling of independence? As the November wind whispers against my skin, a surprising thrill pulses through my veins. I catch sight of the moon, bright as a freshly polished coin, and take a deep breath, ready to embrace what I might say. Arriving at the restaurant, I spot Emily sitting at the corner table, her auburn hair glowing under the warm light, her expressive green eyes bright with excitement. As I sit down, I offer a tentative smile, remembering my origami crane resting in my pocket. This could be it, the moment to reshape my identity, one sip, one conversation, one decision at a time. Hey love. I missed you, she beams, reaching across the table. I feel the warmth of her hand enveloping mine. Me too, I reply, suddenly feeling empowered as I glance at the ring again. I've been thinking. Can we talk about our plans? Her eyes widen, and I know this is the beginning of questions, of choices, of me finding who I am beyond simply being someone's partner. Together we could explore our love while forging paths of our own. And perhaps, just perhaps, I could find a way to keep the serendipitous dance between commitment and freedom. Smile falters for a split second, transforming into a look of curiosity mingled with concern. She squeezes my hand a little tighter, an encouraging gesture that only amplifies the anticipation swirling in my chest. Of course, what do you want to talk about? She asks, her voice warm but laced with apprehension. I take a deep breath, letting the comforting smells of the restaurant wash over me. Simmering spices, freshly baked bread, and the coffee that fills the air with the rich aroma. I glance around, suddenly conscious of the world beyond our table. But then I refocus on Emily, the flickering candle between us emanating a soft, intimate glow. I've been thinking about our upcoming wedding. I start tentatively, feeling the weight of my words hang between us. About how it's all coming together so quickly, and how I haven't taken the time to really think about what it means for me. Emily watches me intently, those bright green eyes filled with the patience and understanding I've come to love in her. I understand, she says softly, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear, her body language urging me to go on. It's not that I don't want to marry you, I rush to explain, surprising myself with the urgency in my voice. It's just, I've always envisioned marriage as this grand promise, but I also feel like I'm losing part of myself in all this planning. I don't want to lose who I am, or what I want. Silence falls for a moment, thick with unspoken words. Emily raises her eyebrow, and I can almost see the gears turning in her head. You mean working at the tea house? Doing something for you? She prompts gently. Yes, I exclaim, relieved she understands. It's not just about the job, it's about finding a space where I can be Evelyn, not just someone's fiancée or the future Mrs. Carter. I want to sell herbal teas, learn to make new blends, see if it's something I love. I want to feel like I'm exploring who I can be in our life together. Discovering the woman behind the ring. Emily's expression warms, softening the tension. God, Eve, I never want you to feel trapped in this. I want you to be the happiest version of yourself. She assures me. I know this is a big change, but you have to promise me you won't shy away from your own desires. You can chase your dreams, and I'll be right here cheering you on. Hearing her words stirs something deep within me, a flicker of hope and resolve. Would it bother you? I venture, testing the waters. If I worked part-time, if I tried something new just for me? A light shines in her eyes that had subdued earlier. Bother me? Absolutely not. If anything, I think it would bring us closer. You'd have stories to share, experiences that deepen our bond. Plus, I want to support you in every way possible. My heart swells in my chest, a mixture of excitement and relief filling the space between us. The flame of possibility dances in my mind, growing brighter and casting light on a path I hadn't considered before. So, we can do this together? Together, she echoes, and I can feel the warmth of that word permeate every corner of my soul. My fingers instinctively curl around the origami crane tucked in my pocket, a symbol of the bright future stretching before me. As the evening unfolds, we dive into a heartfelt discussion about hopes, fears, and dimensions of our lives we wish to explore beyond the constraints of our roles in a relationship. Both of us desire a strong foundation built on our individual growth, and it's liberating to envision a future where our dreams ran parallel instead of entangled. Our server approaches, taking our orders, and in the intermission I consider everything we've just discussed. What if we even make it a project? I suggest suddenly, buoyed by the eagerness surging inside. You could present a show inspired by tea and all its cultural stories, and I could run workshops from the tea house. We could integrate both our passions. Wow, that's brilliant. Emily grins, her enthusiasm infectious. We could make it a joint adventure. Our own tea and art festival? That would be amazing. And just like that, the heaviness that once clouded my heart begins to lift. Slowly but surely, the dream of independence entwines itself with our shared love, creating something uniquely ours. As dinner winds to a close, we share a slice of decadent chocolate cake, the sweetness underscoring the richness of our conversation. I can't help but feel like we've opened the first door in a long hall of possibilities. Eventually, when dessert is finished, I reach for Emily's hand once more. It feels good to say this, I murmur, but I cannot promise it'll be easy. I might hesitate, doubt my choices, but I'll be right there no matter what, she reassures me, squeezing my hand. It's okay to falter. I'm okay with it if you are. The moment is peaceful, and as I look into her eyes, I feel a collective understanding form between us. It's comforting, knowing we can navigate the intricacies of our lives together, even when paths grow uncertain. After we finish up, I walk her to her car, excitement coursing through me. So, about that tea shop, I start. I'm thinking of visiting tomorrow to talk to Mia. That's the spirit. Emily beams, her enthusiasm contagious. And I'll gladly help you brew some of our favorite blends. We could have a taste testing session at home. Sounds like a plan then. I smile back, energized by the thought of it all. With the moon shining down, I lean in, stealing a soft kiss that both grounds me and lifts me. This moment, this connection feels weightless. No rings, no titles, just two women chasing their dreams, intertwining paths. Next time, we'll discuss the festival ideas. Emily laughs, her eyes glimmering with joy. Definitely, I reply, feeling a whisper of freedom. As I watch her drive away, I can't help but feel empowered. The origami crane in my pocket reminds me of new beginnings, of takeoffs that lead to boundless adventures. When I return home that night, the urge to explore dances in my mind, and the tension that once filled my chest has dissipated. I sit down soaked in the warmth of anticipation, ready to embrace all that comes next, and carve my own identity alongside the love of my life. Tomorrow will be the first step into my new world. The world of tea leaves and open horizons, an exhilarating journey, obliging me to explore, discover, and ultimately embrace myself completely. Next morning dawns crisp and bright, the sun filtering through my bedroom window, casting a warm glow across the spaces I've inhabited for what feels like years. I sit up, determination coursing through me. Today is the day I take my first steps into a world of tea, creativity, and independence. After a quick breakfast, I find myself adjusting my outfit, a simple but elegant long-sleeved blouse paired with high-waisted jeans. I want to feel comfortable yet confident as I head down to Serene Sips, ready to discuss the possibilities that await me. A few glances in the mirror affirm my resolve, and I grab the origami crane from my pocket. It serves as a reminder of the leap I am about to take. I step outside, the air crisp against my skin, my heart light as I make my way to the tea house. As I walk, the neighborhood awakens. Shopkeepers are setting up displays, children are laughing at the nearby park, and the scent of fresh pastries wafts through the air. Each reassuring detail imbues me with courage and expectation. Arriving at Serene Sips, the wooden sign sways gently in the breeze, and the soft chime of a bell greets me as I step inside. Mia stands behind the counter, her hands busy arranging fresh flowers into a vase. As our eyes meet, her face breaks into a radiant smile, instantly making me feel at ease. "Evelyn, good to see you," she greets warmly, her voice wrapping around me like a cozy shawl. "What's on your mind this fine day?" Mia. I catch my breath, smiling back. "I wanted to talk to you about possibly working here. I've been thinking a lot about what I want to do, and I figured, well, why not immerse myself into a world I love?" Mia's eyes light up with delight. "That sounds wonderful. We could always use more hands around here, especially with the upcoming winter festival. What kind of work are you interested in? Serving tea, blending, or something else?" "Honestly, all of it," I admit, my heart swelling with enthusiasm. "I want to learn everything, from preparing different types of tea to understanding the stories behind each blend." "How exciting!" Mia exclaims, her excitement palpable. "Let's start with the basics. I can show you how we prepare our most popular blends. Additionally, you could also help organize tea tasting events and workshops, helping me share the love of tea with others. It could be invigorating. How does that sound?" "Perfect." I breathe out, exhilarated by the thought of shaping my journey here. The prospect of blending my passion with a sense of purpose sends shivers of anticipation down my spine. The two of us dive into tasks as Mia teaches me the ways of the tea house. We spend hours together, filled with laughter and learning. I slice fresh ingredients, filling the air with the fragrant notes of ginger, lemon, and mint, transforming it into a delicious chai blend. As the day passes, I discover a part of myself that feels both new and familiar. I'm no longer just scheming and romanticizing my dreams. I'm actively weaving them into reality. Each step feels like a release, a small act of rebellion against a life once dictated by expectations. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in soft pastels, I realize I've found a rhythm in this space, one that flows beautifully with my aspirations. The memories of my past doubts fade into a distant hum as I embrace the exhilaration of creating my path. At the end of the day, the tea house calm envelopes me like a warm embrace, and I sit with a feeling of deep satisfaction as Mia prepares to close. "You did wonderfully today, Evelyn," she remarks as she wipes down the counter. "I knew you'd fit right in. But don't leave me hanging. How can we get you more involved?" "I'd love to plan a tea tasting night next week," I suggest, running my fingers over the intricate designs of the tea jars behind the counter. "It might be a great way to connect with the community and share what we're passionate about." "That sounds lovely." Mia beams, her eyes sparkling. "I'll help you with the details. We can start promoting it now." "I'm thrilled to have you on board." Just before stepping out, I catch a glimpse of myself in the reflection of the counter. A woman transformed, growing into herself with each passing second. Later that evening, as I walk home, a sense of elation bubbles inside me. I pull out the origami crane and hold it delicately in my palm. This small creation, a simple piece of paper, embodies the freedom I've been craving. I smile to myself, realizing that I've taken steps not just towards a job, but also towards embracing all aspects of who I am. When I finally reach home, I find Emily curled up on the couch, surrounded by a few open books. She looks up, her expression morphing into one of pure joy at my presence. "How was your day?" she asks, her voice bright with curiosity. "I got the job. I'm working at Serene Sips and I can't wait to start planning events." I spill the news and she jumps up, rushing to embrace me. "That's amazing!" she cheers, her excitement radiating. "I knew you could do it. Now you're officially a tea master." We laugh, and in that moment I feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude. This path forward is not about leaving behind the love we've created, but about enriching it together. As I sit next to her, enveloped in the warmth of our shared dreams, I glance down at the origami crane, tucking it beside us on the couch. I recognize the journey has just begun. A journey filled with laughter, stories, tea, and love, where both my identity and our relationship can continue to bloom. In the swirling hues of our future, I see endless possibilities ahead, and I know that we will navigate them together, one blend at a time. I lean into Emily's side, feeling her warmth seep into me, as we delve into plans for the tea-tasting event, weaving our aspirations into the beautiful tapestry of our lives together.